Have you ever finished a frantic, exhausting day of ticking off minor chores, only to look back and realize you didn't do anything that actually moves the needle in your life?
Oh, yes. It's like running on a mental treadmill. We are sweating and moving fast, but we are still stuck in the exact same spot.
Right. And welcome everyone to this deep dive. This is part of the Skillify English series.
Yes, our story-based English learning program. It is great to be here.
And today we are looking at some really fascinating research on psychology and biology. Our mission is to figure out why our brains trick us into doing busy work.
Yeah, that fake work that makes us feel tired but gets us nowhere.
Exactly. We're going to talk about the danger of something called goal bloating and how to step off that treadmill for good.
And since this is Skillify English, we have a word chore segment today.
Oh, right. We have 4 special vocabulary words for you to listen for. We actually used 2 of them just now.
We did. The first word is frantic.
Yeah, so if you have a frantic day, what does that mean?
Frantic means acting wild, hurried, and disorganized. Like you are running around in a panic.
I know that feeling very well. And the second phrase was move the needle.
Right. To move the needle means to make a significant, noticeable difference. You're making real progress on your big goals.
Awesome. So listen for frantic and move the needle as we talk. And we have 2 more words later.
I will make sure to point them out.
Perfect. So let's start with the biology of all this. Why do we act so frantic?
Well, it happens to so many people. You wake up, and instead of doing your most important work, you answer 50 emails.
Or, you spend 3 hours organizing the folders on your computer desktop.
Exactly. And nobody is going to look at those folders. It doesn't move the needle at all.
But it feels like work, right? Like, I feel tired after I organize my computer.
You do. And we often think this means we are lazy. But the research says it is actually a clever survival trick by your brain.
Wait, my brain is tricking me to survive by organizing folders.
Basically, yes. So, deep, important work requires a lot of thinking. Writing a difficult essay or solving a big problem, it takes huge amounts of energy.
Because the brain is an energy hog, right?
It really is. Even though your brain is physically small, it uses about 20% of your body's total energy every day.
Wow. 20% is a lot.
Yeah. So when you sit down to do really hard work, your brain has to use a lot of extra energy all at once.
And I guess the brain does not like that.
Not at all. Your ancient caveman brain wants to save energy. It interprets that heavy thinking as a danger or a threat.
That is so interesting. It literally feels like pain to the brain.
Exactly. So the brain tries to stop you. It triggers a stress response, so you will stop thinking so hard.
But, okay, if my brain just wants to save energy, why doesn't it just make me take a nap?
Well, it would love to.
Right. I mean, I would love a nap, too.
But here's the problem. You are a modern, ambitious person. If you just slept all day to avoid your work, you would feel terrible.
Oh, for sure. I would feel so much guilt.
Exactly. You would feel guilty and bad about yourself. So your brain has to find a compromise.
A compromise between saving energy and not feeling guilty.
Yes. And that compromise is pseudo-productivity. Fake work.
Ah, the busy work.
Right. The brain gives you a task that is safe and very easy to do, but it looks and feels just enough like real work to keep you from feeling guilty.
Oh, wow. So organizing my desktop folders gives me a little false reward.
Yes. You check a small chore off your to-do list, you get a little hit of dopamine, that happy chemical in your brain.
So I feel productive in the moment, but I'm really just draining my battery on safe things.
You are. And the big, scary project is still there, completely untouched.
That makes so much sense. It explains why we feel that specific kind of exhaustion after a frantic day of small chores.
It is exhausting. But the trap gets even worse when we look at how we plan our whole week.
Uh-oh. I think I know what you mean.
Yes, the research calls this goal bloating.
Goal bloating. Okay, I picture Sunday night.
Oh, the classic Sunday night mistake.
Yeah, I sit down on Sunday evening. I feel a little guilty about not doing enough last week, so I write this beautiful, massive to-do list for Monday.
And what goes on that list?
Everything. I promise to wake up at 5 in the morning, go to the gym, study English for an hour, drink 3 liters of water, and cook a healthy meal from scratch.
And work on your business, too.
Oh, of course. 4 hours of extra work. It is a completely impossible list.
And when you write that list on Sunday, how does it feel?
It feels amazing. I feel so proud of myself just for writing it.
Yes, because your brain gets a surge of dopamine just from imagining the person who completes all those tasks.
Wow. So I get the reward without doing any of the actual work.
Exactly. But what happens by Tuesday afternoon?
By Tuesday, I am totally overwhelmed. I am completely frazzled.
Stop right there. That is our third word to a vocabulary word.
Good catch. Yes, frazzled.
So for our learners, what does frazzled mean?
Frazzled means feeling very stressed, exhausted, and confused because you were trying to do too many things at once.
Perfect definition. You are stressed and burnt out.
Yeah, so by Tuesday, I am totally frazzled. And I usually just give up, order a pizza, and watch TV.
Because the system broke down.
Yeah.
The researchers explain this like packing a suitcase for a trip.
Ooh, I like that analogy.
When you do goal bloating, you pack the suitcase with every single tool, book, and outfit you might ever need.
So the bag is completely stuffed.
Yes. It is so heavy that you cannot even lift it off the floor.
So you just go nowhere. You are standing still on the treadmill again.
Exactly. We make this mistake because we confuse doing a lot of things with getting closer to our goals.
That is a great point. Doing more does not always mean getting closer.
Right. If the suitcase is too heavy to carry, you have to do something about it. You have to streamline your life.
Ding! That is our fourth and final word tour word today, streamline.
Yes, streamline. This means to make a system simpler and more efficient by removing unnecessary things.
So taking the extra heavy stuff out of the suitcase so you can actually walk?
Exactly. You streamlined your plans so you can focus on what truly matters.
Okay, but I have to push back a little here.
Sure, go ahead.
Ambitious people want to climb like 10 different mountains. We have careers, family, health goals, English study goals.
It is a lot to balance.
It is. So if you tell me to streamline and drop 9 out of 10 goals, I feel like I am failing. I feel like I'm falling behind.
That is a very common fear.
Yeah.
But it is a misunderstanding of how success actually works.
How so?
You cannot climb 10 mountains at the exact same time.
Yeah.
It is physically impossible.
I guess that's true.
If you try, you just spend all your energy running sideways between the bottoms of the mountains. You never actually go up.
Oh, man. That hurts to hear because it is so true.
So streamlining does not mean giving up your ambition. It just means doing things in order, one by one. And the sources offer a great tool for this.
Okay, what is the tool?
It is called the one thing rule.
The one thing rule. That sounds very simple.
It sounds simple, but it is very powerful. Every single morning, before you look at your phone, you have to ask yourself one question.
Just one question before I even check my email.
Yes, before the world distracts you. You ask, what is the single one task today that will make today a victory?
So I have to pick just one thing.
Yes. You force your brain to identify the real task that will move the needle.
Okay, but what if my one thing is, I will study English today? Is that a good one thing?
Actually, no. And there is a very important reason why.
Why not? That sounds like a good goal.
Study English is too vague. It is an unclear idea. And remember, when the brain sees a big, vague, hard task, what does it do?
Oh, it panics and tries to give me busy work to save energy.
Exactly. It will tell you to spend an hour organizing your English grammar books instead of actually learning.
Right, pseudo-productivity. So how do I fix that?
The task must be very concrete and active. Instead of study English, your one thing should be, I will read 2 pages of my book out loud.
Oh, I see. Or maybe I will record a 30-second voice note.
Yes. Those are perfect. They are small, clear boundaries. Your brain doesn't get scared of a 30-second voice note.
That actually takes away so much guilt.
It really does. Why do you say that?
Because modern life makes you feel guilty all the time, right? Like you are always forgetting something.
Oh, constantly.
But if I finish that one specific concrete task in the morning, like reading those 2 pages, I win the day.
Yes. Even if 19 other things go wrong that day, you are not standing still on the treadmill. You got your victory.
I love that. And I have to ask about real life here. How do I actually execute this?
Execution is the hard part.
Yeah, because my phone is always buzzing. My kids are asking questions. The world is full of distractions.
Yes, the modern environment is built to break your attention. So the research suggests building a sanctuary, a safe space.
A sanctuary. How do we do that?
They call it the 15-minute focus boundary.
15-minute focus boundary. Okay, walk me through it.
When it's time to do your one thing, you set a literal timer for exactly 15 minutes.
Just 15 minutes? That doesn't seem very long for ambitious goals.
It is short on purpose.
Yeah.
Anyone can handle 15 minutes of hard work. It tricks the brain to not being scared.
Ah, I get it. Lowering the fear.
Yes. But during those 15 minutes, the boundary must be absolute.
Absolute. Like no checking text messages.
No checking anything. Your phone must be on silent and in a completely different room.
Wow. In another room.
Yes. All the internet tabs on your computer must be closed. You do not get up to get a glass of water. You just put your head down.
There is a great analogy from the sources here about light.
Oh, yes. Share that one.
So imagine you sit at your desk for 3 hours doing fake work, jumping between emails, changing font colors.
Right, just being frantic.
Exactly. Your attention is like a regular light bulb. It lights up the whole room softly, but it doesn't really have any power to cut through anything.
But the 15 minutes is different.
Yes, 15 minutes of pure, total focus is like a laser beam. A laser is just focused light, but it can cut through solid steel.
That is such a powerful picture. Deep work is just focused attention.
But I have to be honest, sitting there with no phone and no distractions for 15 minutes sounds a little painful.
It is. And we have to be honest with our learners about that. When you first set that timer, your brain is going to rebel
It will definitely scream at me to check my phone.
because it wants that easy dopamine. The first 5 minutes are often just wrestling with the urge to escape.
The urge to run away from the boredom.
Yes. Real progress is quiet and it is slow. And sometimes it is very, very boring.
You just have to endure that uncomfortable feeling, right?
You do. You sit in the discomfort until the brain finally realizes the only way out is to do the work.
But the math makes sense. 3 hours of scattered light bulb energy leaves you with 0 meters traveled on the treadmill.
Exactly.
But 15 minutes of that laser focus, done every single day, adds up to massive progress over a year.
And it does something even more important inside of you.
What's that?
It builds self-trust. When you do this every day, you train your nervous system. You prove to yourself that you can handle hard things.
You stop being someone who just hopes they will work, and you become someone who actually executes.
You stop fearing the strain. And that changes everything.
That really is the ultimate takeaway for you listening today. Your energy is precious. You are not a machine designed to run endlessly in place on a treadmill.
Absolutely not.
Today, we looked at how to spot that tricky trap of pseudo-productivity and why our brains try to tempt us with busy work.
And we talked about the danger of goal bloating, which leaves us totally frazzled.
Right. And we learned how to streamline our focus using the one-thing rule and that strict 15-minute boundary.
Which leaves all of us with a very fun, practical experiment to try.
Oh, I like experiments. What is it?
Well, we know exactly how your brain works now. It is a biological fact that it will try to offer you a safe distraction tomorrow morning.
It definitely will. So the question for you to think about is this. Tomorrow morning, when you put your phone in the other room and start that 15-minute timer, what is the very first piece of fake busy work your brain will tempt you with?
Will it suddenly tell you that you must clean your room right this second?
Or will it try to convince you that checking the weather is an emergency?
You have to identify your brain's favorite trick.
Because once you see the trick, you get to decide. Will you step back onto the treadmill, or will you stay in the 15 minutes and finally move forward?
Something very important to think about as you set your single priority for tomorrow.
Step off the machine, endure the friction, and secure your one victory. Thank you so much for joining our English deep dive today.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Keep practicing, and until next time, stay curious.